everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Sorry for the slightly longer break, but we had to set up a whole bunch of stuff, and now here it is.
We're doing fine. It's 5 before the hour, and we're already going into part 2. That's not going to confuse anyone.
No, it's perfect. Here's Connar in his little jail cell.
Yep. So let me zoom in and whoop. Sorry, there's us. Shh. I wanted to see how everything looks on the actual stream because what I see as a GM is very different than. Just 'cause I'm kind of curious. Okay, so let me measure some things. How do I zoom in on a little Connar over here? So there's your 10 by 10 cell. You've already explored it. I mean, there's obviously not much detail on the map here. But you were able to bust.
This map looks really well done, actually. Is this a Ryan drawn map, or did Ryan get this map from somewhere else?
This is actually a Ryan. This is a Ryan custom. We'll see.
Really?
We'll see if you still like it after poking around in my sewers for a few minutes. But we'll see how it works out. That's why I was pulling up the stream on my phone to see how it looks on the big screen. Right, or actually the small
phone
screen.
Is the big? Okay.
I mean, all like on the whole production or whatever.
Oh, right, on the silver screen.
Yeah. The tokens are Matthew Berger, however.
Oh,
this is the one
again.
Connar picked for himself. He had some really sweet vampire tokens that looked kind of like Connar to me, but Neal was kind of not feeling it. Super evil, but anyways, yeah. I think you can go to Matt's Patreon, I think, and pick up any of the tokens you see here.
That guy's artwork is everywhere on this channel.
I know, right?
He's just everywhere. Right. He also has a Monday
so good.
artwork
it's
show
so good.
these days. If you haven't caught it, you must have missed it yesterday if you haven't caught it yet. Okay, so here we are in a dungeon.
Yeah, you busted out a drain on the floor. Would you like to crawl through it? I think we already established that you were, right? But let's.
Before I crawl through, though, I want to cut like a strip of bedding, maybe about an inch wide, and tie one end of that to the hilt of Bloodletter. And then lower Bloodletter as far as I can, as far as the bedding will allow me, to see if it'll drop and hit something down below, but not like drop it, like lower it, and then if I can feel it tinking on something, I'll pull it back up, and that way I'll know how deep the pit is.
This is the bedding that you already you use, so you have to bedding. Unravel it.
Yeah,
you probably need to cut it into strips. Is that something you already said?
Yes, it is something I said.
Yeah. You'll touch floor. Actually, you can probably see floor about 10 feet beneath you, peering down into the drain hole. If you'd like, you can stick your head down the drain or like hang upside down the drain and maybe try and see what's down below.
Sure, definitely.
Or you can try and crawl, or you crawl. I mean, so I guess it's, do you go head first or feet first is the question. I'm
going to start by going head first and using like hanging by my feet to see what I can see down there.
Okay. If I'm moving you to give you a peek of a different section of the dungeon, do you usually drag a token across the map, or do you? Okay, and you don't see anything in the way. You kind of do, but whoops, that's not exactly. So which cell did we say you were in?
I have no idea.
I had you in the fourth one down, so you'd be like here.
Yeah, I can't.
And I probably. Yeah. Can you follow where your token went?
Yes, I found where my token went.
Okay. I probably should have restricted your vision because you're hanging upside down and blah blah blah. But I was lazy enough to go over here.
Oh, this is definitely a Ryan map.
Yeah.
This is like a hand-drawn map that you took a photo of and imported.
Something like that. Yeah, that was
nice. All right. Well, here I am.
So you're hanging upside down from the fourth drain hole down, and you can see the I don't know, the shit stains from prisoners past from each of the cells above, draining into a big, I don't know, what's the culvert? I don't even know. The shit stream down
shit stream
down the middle. right now you're just hanging upside down, sort of peering through this hole. I think it's like a couple feet of stone, so I think you're like in it up to the waist. You probably like held your shoulders together. Did you bring bloodletter with you? Is bloodletter in one hand?
It's,
or like in
it's
your
never
teeth?
leaving my hand. Yeah.
All right. So you tuck your way in, like worm your way like up to the waist, down this drain that you've hollowed out.
I'll keep my nose held high. I'm a proud elf.
High, but scrunched.
Yeah. And I will make my way into the middle of the sewer.
Oh, you just drop straight into the into the water.
Yeah. If I can see that this is the situation.
Roll a dexterity check to squeeze through the hole.
32. It's not going to show up on.
Frickin' nailed it. So you can avoid landing. The water is probably like mid calf, right where you placed your token. You did so well on your dex check. You can avoid it if not, or if you want. Otherwise, you can land gracefully in calf deep water.
Yeah, I will land gracefully. I'm also just going to roll a bunch of crap so that the rolls will come into chat's point of view.
Roll a grub skill check. Oh, or just spam dexterity checks. How many do you even need to?
No, I just needed to make it show up in this stuff.
I gotcha.
But somehow I broke it and it's not showing up. Okay, I'll fix that thing later. You wanted me to make a grub skill check?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, I think you retch.
Ugh.
Or at least you gag on the strange aroma of the sewers beneath Solstice.
Lovely.
Would you care to describe your move? I think I've taken the grid off. Right, so are you dragging your character? So let's have a talk about.
Yeah, I've just been dragging.
So this is more or less to scale. So these are like 10-foot squares. It's like Qualnir stands about 4.5 feet tall, which is perfect. I'm mostly joking. Yeah. So this is more or less to scale, I think. So you can if you want to move cautiously, maybe like I think if you hold Alt, you can like use your arrow keys to move around. If you want to like make runs and do like the drag movements you've been doing, you can keep doing that, but it's not. I just know that it's not particularly stealthy or anything like that. So would you care to describe your dungeon crawling strategy? Would you like to roll in
you said the ceiling is how tall?
It's about 10 feet from drain to floor here. Where it slopes downward. So where you are, you're probably maybe more like 15 feet to the ceiling in ankle deep water.
There we go. Now the rolls look
all
good.
The grub skills.
Yeah, just had to sort it all. That's fine. So if I can stand, I'm just going to stand and walk, sloshing through the water. I'll probably try and keep the sloshing to a minimum. So I'll move slowly so the water doesn't like ripple up and splash around. And I'll just take it kind of step by step, quietly.
Yeah. Would you like to? So you do want to roll a move silently check?
Sure.
That's what you're telling me. Cool.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do that.
54 on my move silently, which is currently a 95. So it's all good.
Sweet deal. So you can keep crawling around. I'll let you know if you trigger any traps, or let me know if you have anything you'd like to investigate. Probably stop right there. Definitely right there. Can you? I wish there was a way to like see what players see.
You can click on the token and hit Control L.
Control L. Oh, you're okay. So you roll a perception check from there, and I want to. And maybe.
Ooh, one shy.
So I'm gonna roll a surprise for you. And I just want to check. Do you know if the monsters manual has infravision listed anywhere conveniently, or if you got to dig through the text?
You're gonna have to dig through the text to find it. Although I don't even think they list the infravision for most monsters.
Yeah, I think most monsters are just creatures of night, and yeah. Um, okay, so you are not surprised. Let me roll one for them, I guess. Or is surprise usually rolled in secret? Or did you get to? Okay, nobody's surprised. Roll. I mean, so what are you seeing on? Can you not see things on the map?
Well,
Things in the shadows.
I can. Yes.
Do you want to zoom out a bit?
No, I see these suckers.
Okay. So roll? So you would probably want to roll for initiative, right?
Yeah, I definitely want to roll for initiative.
Because they are acting, I guess is what.
All right. So D10 plus 2 for Bloodletter. Okay. 5 on my initiative. Oh, my short sword of speed.
5. Okay. So you see frantically splashing in the water in front of you. Several humanoid shapes in the shadows of the dungeon. It's pretty much you wouldn't be able to see here, not for your elf eyes, right? It's the pitch black. You can. So what's your action? You get the initiative. You get the jump. If you'd like to close and rush them, they're sort of like standing up out of the water, getting their wits about them. It looks like they were like, it looks like they were like in the water.
Qualner is definitely going to try and kill them. Nothing in a sewer has ever been friendly, ever.
All right, so you can close the distance and
I'll close to the side maybe where it's a little less goopy and make my first attack roll.
So you come eye to eye with this monstrous serpentine man. Looks like he's got maybe it's just the crust of the sewers on him. Looks like scales. You successfully hit. So roll for damage and let's right.
It is a D4 plus 2 for 3 points of damage.
Okay, so you just gray. Are you at full HP?
My character sheet says that I'm not, but I don't know the last time I updated that. I think I went to see what's their faces. Actually, the day after the dwarf thing, I think I am wounded. I'm at 14 HP. Shit.
You maybe gained 1.
Yeah.
Sleeping in jail.
Okay, so then 1 from Bloodletter as well, so I'm at 16.
That sounds. I'm trusting you here.
Yes, 16.
Yeah.
And I do.
Okay, so you gain 1 HP. And I'm gonna roll a morale check. Yeah. So this guy turns, and you see him squeeze his slender body through a sewer grate. He does kind of the Qualnir except horizontal, and it's up sort of halfway up the wall.
He just slips through it.
You can get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
This is some X-Files shit right here. Qualnir is not into it and will stabby.
Yeah, so roll for damage.
5. Woo!
All right, but he slips away. And you actually get. Well, the other guys don't. Yeah. So I think this next one, the whole group goes rushing, same direction. This guy also goes for the grate. How many attacks of opportunity do you get per round?
1 plus 1 for every 5 levels. I'm level 9, so I should get 2 attacks of opportunity.
Okay. So you can make a second attack of opportunity at this guy.
13.
That is a hit, especially from the back and the side. Okay, so you graze another another of these creatures.
And I feel its life force flowing into me, and my wounds
one
knit
more
over.
HP. This guy, however, is not going to risk that. He's seen that you bite. It snarls. It looks like it could have once been a human, but he pulls back, just razor sharp teeth, and you see a split tongue between them, and holding up its claws, or it holds up, bares its claws, which are long and twisted. Not a man's hands anymore. We're gonna roll a couple attacks against you. And yeah, why not? This seems pretty berserk, right? This seems like a reasonable opportunity to go into a rage. What's Conar's AC?
It's actually only 13 right now, since I don't have my chainmail on.
13. So a 13 will hit. The others miss. So I think that's a claw for 1 point of damage. And then this other one comes splashing up the stream. They sort of lope on, sort of low to the ground, running almost on all fours, or it's like front claws sort of scraping along. So it's at about your level. They're at about your height, but they'd be taller if they weren't hunching so much. This one comes at you. Now it's like up to its knees in the water-ish. So a little bit below you. Nope, I'm not going to give it any penalties, but you may have some kind of advantage if you make attacks against it while he's in the water. Another claw for only 1 point of damage. All right.
I will mark damage.
And I think we need to roll initiative.
I think we do. Now, I've been imagining these as some sort of Lovecraftian eldritch horror thingy. Is that an appropriate description of them?
You can I don't know what Lovecraftian means in this case. They look like
they got like tentacles and shit.
There's no tentacles. They look like men with twisted claws and sharp teeth and cakes of sewer crust and possibly scales.
Yeah. No hair on their heads, it looks like.
Yeah, they're totally hairless.
No clothing either.
There's like scraps and rags of flaps. You think maybe clothing, maybe scale flaps.
Scale flaps, those are fun. Okay. Well, I get an 8 on my initiative.
They're sort of hissing, and the both that are descending on you have sort of flailing forked tongues. This, I don't know if this is Lovecraftian, but it's certainly horrifying.
Yeah.
Did you roll? Oh, that's your initiative. They go before you. I'll roll separately because we've got so few at this point. So one goes before you with a bite, miss. All right, it sinks its needly teeth into you for 1 point of damage. This one up here, up in the sewer. I think it like grabs a hold of your. It grabbed a hold of your ankle after last round and just bites into your calf. The one in front of you is not, or you can make an attack against him before he goes, or you can go for the one in the water.
Okay. I'm just setting up a macro for better lifestyle. Okay, so I'm gonna stab the one on the left first.
Okay.
Ooh. With a 3 to hit. Is that
Miss.
work right?
Yeah.
No, it did not add the 6. It should be d20 plus 6, so it should be a 9 at the minimum.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Would you like to make an offhand punch or kick?
Yeah. Sure. I will try and kind of kick the top one back towards the water. D20 plus.
So you have enough dex that you didn't need to penalize your primary, but I think your offhand is still going to be at a -1 or something. Plus that go?
Yeah. So it'd be +4 -1.
And then probably
six.
probably a +1 for the
High ground.
For the high ground, but it's not still
Right.
no go. So you kick out. You manage to like shake its teeth out of your leg, but you don't gain any ground. The one in front of you hisses and scratches. One of those claws is actually a hit with a 14. It's 1 point of damage. Yeah. You're still looking pretty feisty though, aren't you? And Bloodletter is a mighty blade. Roll initiative again, right?
Yep.
It's not like you get a specialist attacks at the ends of the rounds or anything like that.
So Bloodletter initiative is going to be 2. So I will roll 4 on my initiative.
Cool. That's better than both of them.
There we go. That's why it fucked up when I tried to roll my... Right? Yes. This is right. Okay, so then I will make an attack with Bloodletter. There we go. That's the correct roll. It's 13 to hit.
13 will just do it. Yeah, 13 is a hit. Which one is this?
This is, again, the guy on the left of me.
Okay. Blue guy.
And I will roll 3 for damage.
Okay. You can gain 1 HP.
My life keeps going up and down and up and down and up and down.
And I need to see... Okay.
And then I will once again try and kick the guy to the north away from me. For a 23 to hit.
You do negligible damage, I think, but you knock him back and prone into the water. I think like totally back, like its head gets submerged and it freaks out, like it starts flailing and splashing around, and like shallow water drowning ensues. It's horrifying to watch. And the other one really takes advantage of its last round of raging. So we've got... You said your AC's 13?
Yes.
These are all hits, and the 22 is a crit, and that is the bite. Oh, this is... So we got 1 for the claws, and 4 for the critical bite.
So 6 total?
1, and 4 is 6. Yeah, and that's a critical. I don't know if we want to we're sort of in a new how do you want to resolve crits from let's decide for at least for like this
you know what,
dungeon.
let's do the critical hit effects. It's been a while since we played with them. Let's bring on a critical bite and see what it does to me.
Yes. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a paralyzation, poison, death magic save. Emphasis on the death.
That is a pass.
That is a pass.
That
Maybe
is a
also
hard
the
pass.
poison.
Poison save as well.
Or maybe we'll resolve that another time. That was I wasn't asking for it. That's
Oh, thank God, because I failed by 1.
or I was or considering them as 1 for now. Yeah, so no special effects other than that. And I'm gonna rule that this guy loses his turn.
Flailing in the water.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And yeah.
All right, next round initiative.
Yeah, initiative.
Did you?
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah, I already made my attacks. I go at 10. I am a slow Qualnier today.
Okay, you go at the same time as this guy in front of you, who actually like it seems to pause and like it seems out of breath. Actually, like it's panting and like wheezing as it struggles to breathe, and actually looks like it's considering its escape. You see a prime, and you can make your attack rolls.
All right, so a critical hit with Bloodletter.
Yeah, roll double damage. Yeah, double damage, and then I'll take a.
Just double.
Maybe for.
I don't know how many times. I don't know
Let's
what
do.
critical.
So I don't want to do both, but he failed his death save. Why don't I give you an extra damage die instead of the critical hit table? It's probably
that
more
works
effective.
For me.
Especially with Bloodletter, that may actually be totally unfair.
It might be.
It was a crit, so we'll roll with it.
So 9 damage, a quarter of
9. Okay, so you take advantage of this opportunity to just slay this creature as it looks for its escape.
Bloodletter gives back. Is it a quarter or is it half? I don't remember.
Half. So you gain half of 9, which is 4.
Oh, thank God.
-1. Actually, no, -4. Sorry, he takes you. He went at the same time, so he
hits me.
So he like dies on you, sinking claws in and like spasms.
So he
rips
his life away. The blood.
Actually, 4. Yeah, so that's nothing. You don't gain anything on that.
He rips
on that
the
round,
same amount of
so you
life
gain
out
4,
of me.
you lose 4. Oh, so he can't do 4. That's 2. I'm divided the D4 divided by 2.
Okay.
So you do gain 2 HP.
All right. So I'm still in single digits, but just barely. And then I will turn to face the northern-looking guy and say to him, "Oh, he's still submerged."
Yeah, he is still on his back, flailing in the river. You can like kick him or like step on his throat.
I will walk over towards him and tell him to surrender, and I may let you live.
His head is like splashing around at water level. He's yeah. This poor creature might be drowning as you watch.
I will watch him for a round, and if his head comes up, I'll tell him to surrender or die. But I'd be curious if this guy can drown in this such small water.
No, with no actions ready, sort of as quickly as he went down, the spasming sewer lizard man sort of flips out, like almost like a non-graceful martial arts move. It like whiplashes its head back and uses that to flip itself up to its feet, and you're colliding with you. Claw's doing 2.
Surrender, you creature.
Sorry, I can only get so enthusiastic about making flailing, drowning lizard noises, but
all right. Well, next round initiative.
Maybe for the boss.
Mm-hmm. Oops, that should be a 4. I'm sorry.
I'm getting major desync. I'll try. We'll see. I'll try some things in the break. But
okay.
Anyways. Sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled 4 for initiative. 2 plus 2.
All right, that's a win on the initiative, and
I don't want to kill this guy. I want to question him, but it doesn't sound like he speaks common. So I want to ready an attack in case for the condition on which he does not answer me within 5 seconds of the question. And I will say to him again, or I will say to him for the first time, do you speak? Do you understand me?
As soon as he gets enough breath in his wheezy lungs to just strike out at you, he does.
I will just run with the stabs over and over. 16, natural 16, modified 22 against it.
That is a hit, not a crit.
For 5 damage.
5 damage, I think. That actually will kill this monster.
All right.
And you gain 2 HP. Oh, we do have a soundboard with dying lizard noises. I don't have to make them myself.
All sorts of interesting noises.
All right, so maybe Qualner takes this opportunity to catch his breath.
Definitely.
You're certainly in better shape than these sewer dwellers, but
yeah,
things seem to have quieted down.
Colton will kind of get up onto the dry section as much as possible and take a look at his wounds. They're not exactly looking great. He's getting more and more wounded as he goes on. And there's no clean water around here, right? It's just sewage water. I've got all these open wounds now, and there's like
you may have already rolled a check on this, but I'll let you roll again because I can't remember. Make like an intelligence investigation-y. Yeah, I think intelligence. Really wanted to argue for perception.
27 on the int.
Yeah, the water is certainly odd. Foul was your first impression. Mm-hmm. But it's not look like a stream of it's not like a stream of shit. It's a really it's a sickly green, unnatural.
I'll smell it.
Roll another Krob skill check to. I think you get to like nose level and just
actually that should be a 28. For some reason
stream.
the plus 10 didn't get added. That's a 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you get your wits about you. It doesn't. It's not like a. Yeah. It doesn't smell like shit, but it makes you wanna.
Okay.
It smells unnatural, not fit for. Well, I don't know.
Definitely not the sort of thing I want to clean my wounds with.
You're not no. Sure. I mean, looking at you're splashed with blood and lizard goo and this water. If you didn't want to get it in your wounds, it's a little late for that now.
Yeah.
But your wounds are like protectively bleeding outward and clotting on the outside. Like it's like when you heal with bloodletter, like you bleed extra.
Right.
Right. So,
okay, so there's positive pressure in my body that is hopefully keeping the germs out.
Yeah, I never even considered that as a property for the magic weapon, but I'll think about it as I roll to see whether you get hepatitis.
Oh God. Liver disease. Well, that
so
means
what are you doing? I mean, do you want to like roll initiative round for round, try and chase down the two that escaped, or are you?
No. I figure
you're pausing for a second. Okay,
they're well gone. I'm not going to chase them, but I will take a look at this grate that they crawled into right here.
Yeah. So little ways off of ground level. Mm-hmm. Maybe for you, like just above like head height. There's that small grate. It looks like it's been busted out for these creatures to squeeze their spindly bodies through. Your elf hips would likely fit, actually, now that you look at it. And yeah, you think you can see two bars where you could grab your hand and like pull yourself up.
Okay.
Slither on through if you'd like.
I will probably go down that route in a little bit. I just want to see what is in front of me. So I'm gonna it looks like it's getting more narrow over here. Yeah,
the walls kind of narrow in. You're just gung ho to walk right down the middle of. I guess you got it all up in your wounds now anyway.
It's so gross, but like I want to be able to see down, so I'll stand in the middle for a moment. And
yeah, so the walls kind of narrow. The water continues. So this
is definitely downhill.
Yeah, and here it's higher flow, right? So it's like up to your waist by now.
Oh, get the fuck
continuing,
out.
And it goes under up here in the corner. It goes under the wall.
Okay.
Like so, the wall is at. I mean, now you're at your waist, and like water level is like above the. Yeah, you can kind of see on the map. Maybe make some sense of it. Qualner's not actually a proficient dungeon delver or anything.
No.
I don't know if you have any sense of these sorts of the construction, but
so
you can see what you see.
Thinking is that water flows downhill and the sewer will eventually exit at the ocean. So if I follow the sewer, I should probably find a way out. But that doesn't mean that's the best way out. And this little grate back here is a lovely little spot because it's not covered in as much filth. It's not wading up to my hips in sewage. So I'm going to try and follow the grate. Or squeeze through the grate for now.
Cool. Cool. All right. So you roll. You don't need to roll. If this were in the heat of the battle, you roll a strength check or something to get yourself up and through. But you can take your time. Oh, and you're a thief. You can like climb the wall. And pull yourself up through into a corridor of worked stone. It's like the floor started like higher up, right? You're like halfway up, but you've got maybe 8 feet of ceiling up here.
Okay. So I'll just start walking down.
All right. Taking any precautions or?
At first I'm walking, but now that I see that there's a fork around here, I think I'm going to start moving silently. That's an 88 out of 95. So, possible success. I guess you should be technically rolling my move silently for me.
Sure. I'll let you. You can be moving silently for now. Next time I'll roll it or something.
So I'll come very gingerly to this corner and try and like flatten myself on this left side and peer to the right like that. And I see something on the map.
Yeah, do you want to roll a perception check or something, or?
Yeah. I would love to roll a perception check, but Qualnir decides not to.
Yeah, you see shapes and forms in the shadows. I don't know if your instinct is to attack or if it's to call out or. But I'm not going to give you much more information beyond that. I don't know what it looks like on the map to
instinct
you.
Is to duck low, move quickly, and try and stab it in the back if its back is facing me. Or if its back is not facing me, then whatever part of it is just a stab. So that's the like hop and jump and stab.
Okay.
Technique.
Well then, so I don't know, maybe you like see feet, see boots, and think that this is like a person standing there, and you're gonna jump and stab them in the back, and then you like come. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna get the jump on him, and you go running around the corner like face to face with a skeleton.
Well, I'll stab Shelly the Skelly if I can.
Yeah.
Fucking skeletons, man. They don't bleed.
Yeah, so they're ready to attacks go off, and this one kegs you with an axe for 5 points of damage.
Oh,
roll a saving throw versus poison.
Versus poison?
Yeah.
That is a failure, my friend.
It should have before it should for me. All right. Roll for initiative.
Goodbye, cruel world.
You charged into the trap, dude.
Didn't know it was a trap. That should be a 9, actually. I forgot that one too.
That's a victory.
All right. Well, not a lot of options here. I see 2 Shelly Skellies. And I guess I'll just attack the 4. Are they wearing armor?
Sure. They're wearing some scraps of mail.
Okay.
We'll sort out how effective that could be for you if you get through this, but
yeah.
For now, we can consider but you can. Yeah.
All right. I'll start with the first attack. 22 against the skeleton before me.
That is a hit
for 5 damage.
Okay. Actually, skeletons, they have a resistance to do piercing and slashing, correct?
They have something like that. I'm not sure. It actually might be piercing weapons just do 1 point of damage regardless of the die roll.
Skeleton. Half.
Okay, so is that half of 3 plus 2, or is that half of 5?
Half of 3 plus 2, so it's 3 points of damage, which is not enough to bring it down. I'm sorry, but I dealt too much damage to you, so you actually only took 1 from the axe. Still failed that poison save.
Oh,
but I just read that skeletons do, even though it's a big old battle axe, skeletons only, or hatchet or whatever, skeletons can only do d6 on weapon on all attacks.
Okay, so instead of taking 5, I took 1.
Okay. So you puncture its armor, but don't get much. You only chip a rib. Offhand kick or something.
Yeah, definitely offhand kick at the same one that I'm fighting. D20 plus 4 is a 13 to kicking it, trying to push it back, push it away.
Oh, sorry, 13.
Yep.
That'll do for a kick. Do you wish to? Let's do damage. Is kick usually D2 or?
Yeah, I think it depends on the types of boots you're wearing. I think D2 is probably proper for
the
crap that I'm wearing.
I gave you the opportunity to talk about sneaking in steel-toed boots, but I think you're just wearing your dancing shoes.
I am, yeah. So I will bludgeon it for 2 points of damage.
You kick in its kneecap, and the pile of bones collapses.
Then I'll
with a clank. The axe falls to the floor. The other one does swing at you and does hit you for 2 points of damage and another saving throw versus poison. I don't know what happens if they double stack, but we'll resolve that when it comes to it.
That's a pass on the poison save.
Okay.
Okay. Next round initiative?
Yeah, sure.
6.
A win. Can you kill it? Cue the battle music for the last round of battle.
Yep. So this time I'm going to open with my kick. D20 plus 4 minus 1 is a 7. That's a miss. And then I'll just go for the stab then. With a 19 to hit. For 6 points of damage, but I don't gain any HP from skeletons.
You do not, no.
Alright, so 6 is actually 4.
6 is 4, okay.
6 is 4.
Skeleton still stands. 2 damage as it lunges at you. I think it doesn't even really use the weapon effectively. It elbows you. And we go to another round. No poison save.
Oh. Alright, well then next round initiative is a 6, because I keep forgetting to add my initiative.
You go first.
Alright. D20 plus 3 for the kick to try and knock it down.
Nice.
And then I will... So when I kick it, I'm intentionally trying to knock it to the ground.
You had a lot of effectiveness kicking out the other one's kneecap, kicking out the other one's, breaking the other one's leg. So I think you do a similar maneuver, roll your damage, D2 or whatever.
Right. 2.
2. All right. So you take out one of its other legs, send it sort of falling to the ground.
All right.
It's still crawling towards you.
But since it's prone, I get plus 4 to hit it.
Yeah, have you not made Bloodletter yet?
I've not made a Bloodletter attack yet.
Make Bloodletter plus 4, sure.
Oh my god. Thank god that plus 4 is in there. 14 total. With Bloodletter.
14 total. Is with damage or to hit? Oh, that's it's hit. That's fine. Yeah. 4
points of damage, which is actually 3.
Okay, but enough to finish the job.
Okay.
So the dead are restless no longer, and you stand surrounded by a heap of bones and weapons. Your heart's a pumping. Mm-hmm. What's going through your head, Kwalnir? What was that?
That was a skeleton attack sound effect.
I think that was some. I think that's the sewers, some pipe somewhere.
Yeah.
Overpressure.
Yeah. All right. So what's going through Quolnir's head right now is I am badly wounded. I am in the sewers. I've got sewage in me. There are skeletons around. Monsters definitely crawled through here. I'm near to death. I want to curl up in a corner and cry myself to sleep. But if I do that, I'm definitely going to die. So let's not do that right now. We can cry later.
Where would you like to go?
I will slow my... Well, first I'm going to take a look at this armor on this guy. Are these scraps... Would they fit me? Would they provide any AC bonus?
Say again?
Would these scraps provide any armor bonus?
The armor. Yeah, you can loot the skeletons. They have, it's rusted mail. You could put it on for an AC bonus and a thief skill penalty.
Yeah.
They also have weapons that you are probably not proficient in.
Shit.
Actually,
what
the
level
weapons
of
might be
skill penalties would we be taking here?
Whatever mail is, it's pretty severe actually.
It is pretty severe.
But it's only I think you can get you can cobble together maybe plus, what is chainmail usually, +5?
Yes, it is.
I think this could give you +3, which is probably the equivalent of like a mail shirt.
Sure. So there's no penalty for chainmail actually. It just has padded or studded leather.
It might not even be allowed for. I think it's probably not allowed.
Right.
Under usual circumstances. There's elven chain, right? That's an option.
It is, but those are lesser penalties than padded or studded.
You're Quolnir the Cunning. You're an elf. You're accustomed to wearing elven chain, and you are a creature of the sewers now. So I'll let you cobble together piecemeal armor, even if it's not technically allowed.
Should I be taking elven chain penalties or?
Yeah, so I think you'll take elven chain penalties. Or those are worse than most
those are
of the others,
better
right?
than less severe than padded or studded.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. But you can go with that for now. It's probably what you already have written, isn't it? Or do you have your own armor?
Well, I usually I don't take into account my armor penalties usually. I mean, unless I'm wearing it, which I'm not always. Okay, so I will be moving or my move silent is at -10%, so it's only an 85% now, but my AC is 16. So I will.
And they also they've got an axe and. Say this one has a short sword. Are you proficient, or like a rusty short sword?
I believe I am proficient in short swords. I am, so I will grab the short sword. And I will grab the axe, and I'll slip the axe haft through my belt.
Okay. All of these are rusted and may incur penalties or blah blah. Yeah, they're scavenged, but they're probably better than your kicks. Maybe, I don't know. Loots, and then where to? Where do you curl up and die? Just kidding.
I'm going to move silently. Is the next action here, and move this way.
So can you tell me the check again, including the penalty for your armor?
It's a D100, 85 or lower.
Okay. All right, where are you headed?
This way.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna corner this thing, come up here and then carefully move one eye past the wall. Doesn't seem like there's anything down here, so then I'll just keep...
You see a long, empty corridor. You can hear maybe the echo of water in the distance, but you're moving silently as a mouse.
Same thing with this one. Very carefully starting to peer past it. It's fine. Looks fine. Edge along this wall. Carefully look past it. Seems fine. Seems fine, okay. Skirting to this edge of the wall and coming down it. I'm going to stop at this point and take a look at the walls around me. Can you give me a description of their make?
They are worked stone. uh, like stone bricks of moderate size. Roll some sort of check, I guess, to get more. It's not like you're a stonemason or a.
Yeah.
I think I would give a -5 to that, which probably makes it a
fail.
Meh fail. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
They look like
stone.
it looks like yeah.
Okay.
Work stone, low ceilings. You couldn't, with that fit, like you're not sure if humans made this, dwarves made it, someone technologically advanced, right?
Yeah. All right, then I will come to this corner, start to peer around, and I believe I see a thing.
What can you see? Oh, I think that's a mistake.
There's probably supposed to be a wall there.
Yeah, roll a perception check, and hopefully we can justify you noticing something amiss. Oh yeah, there's a wall. You can probably see the wall drawn without any blocking. Oh yeah, I was really lazy with a lot of these walls. It's fine. The shadows up ahead play some weird tricks with the light. Your elf senses like tick in, and you get like the elven danger sense. Like we'll just roll with it. I like. Right, so you get this is you like sensing their presence before they spot you.
Okay, then I want to.
It's been which I should have probably been. Let me actually. So how long you probably took a round? I think you took a turn to get armored up, right? Does that seem fair? It usually takes some number of rounds to get.
Yeah, and I'm cobbling things together, and there's probably multiple different types of armor or sets of armor that I'm checking.
10 rounds. The movement at a dungeon pace was probably just 1 round here.
Maybe. I'm going pretty slowly to be quiet.
I think that's still 120 feet around, right?
Yeah, it would be 1/3.
Oh, no, but it's 1/3 of that if you're moving silently, right?
Right,
So it's 40 feet around. So, okay, so it's been almost 15 minutes since the skeleton encounter, probably 20 since the... encounter before that.
And that, my dear friends, is why they use 12 as a movement speed, because it's divisible by 2, 3, and 4. So you can easily do thirds, quarters, and halves instead of a movement speed of 10.
It would have been easier, I think, to do base 10. It's just the fact that I've been hacking through Dungeons and Dragons base 12 movement.
12 is a really good number, It's got a lot of divisors. The only thing better than 12 would be 60, but that's just too big of a number. I appreciate them doing things in groups of 12, Distances for spell effects are often 120 feet, which is, of course...
Tangent. So what's Qualnir thinking?
Qualnir is thinking, this is terrifying. I am near death, but I need to see what's around this corner. So I'm going to very gently peek my head around. Just sort of...
Yeah, roll another perception check. So chain on that one, see if you can notice anything extra.
Oh God, no.
Okay, no. You can peer around the corner and see what you see. Like you can see this sort of there's a room here,
yeah,
and I think you can see another one of those. What do we want to call them? What do they see? What do they feel like to you, Neal? What is Qualnir calling them in his head as he's like sort of spots one crouching in the shadows?
He's calling them grunges.
Grunges. Yeah. One of these. Whoops! Did I just move the whole map?
You just moved the whole map. There you go.
I don't want to be on the map layer. I want to be on the token. Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit?
One of these grunge men. You can see it's just. They seem kind of sickly. Like it just seems to be like panting and hissing in the shadow over there, catching its breath, or maybe waiting. This is all taking place over the course of a minute or so.
Yeah, so I'll take a few steps back.
Whether you can see it or not, you can somehow sense that there's a second one in that room with it. And then
I think I saw something in the hallway too. When I poked my head around the corner.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. There's more. It seems like there's a whole group of them. As you go back for another peek, you catch them like hissing to amongst one another. Some crude form of communication. Maybe they're not just breathing.
All right. So Qualnir's thinking I can either try and farm these people for health, or if I do that and fail, I'm just dead. Or I can just try and flee down the sewers. But if there's another monster there, or like a sewer alligator that gets a surprise attack on me, I'm dead too. So maybe what I want to try and do is get these guys in a fight and then sort of like back down the hallway so they have to come at me one at a time. Because the real danger is if they can surround me. But if I can get them one-on-one with 16 AC, I should be okay, I'm thinking to myself. So I'm going to try and do the same thing that I tried to do to Shelly the Skelly. Or Skelly, yeah. And I'm going to try and come up and stab one of these guys in the back real quick and then back out. And hopefully bring the others towards me. So I'm going to get near the edge and then take a quick long stride and try and stab one of these guys in the back if their back is facing me. I don't know if that is or not. You can
move your token and we'll see if you can get a back attack angle.
Right. Oh my god, there's way more than I thought there were.
Stop right there. Hold on, you triggered a trap. Do you prefer death save or dex check for resolving traps? I think it's usually a saving throw, isn't it?
I think it depends on the trap. I prefer a dex check, but I'll take whatever the DM wants to give.
I think dex seems appropriate here. Roll a dex check.
33.
Okay, so hanging from the ceiling in this hallway is a bunch of thin, transparent line, maybe like fishing lines, with hooks and things dangling from the ends, hooks and razors and blades. You managed to slip through it unharmed, but yeah,
That's a nasty trap.
Yeah, and you agilely, dexterously tiptoe your elven toes through the trap, getting to these guys before they react, but they're not surprised, and you're facing this one. You can maybe get a back attack
on that guy.
On that one, yeah, we can roll that spacing, so you can just dive in, in amongst these creatures.
I will dive, and I'll start with Bloodletter, +2 for back attack, but no surprise. So 23 with Bloodletter for 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Nice. Let me roll HP. Oh, that's your backstab?
No, that's just a regular attack.
That was a backstab. Yeah, this is your ambush. I'll let you roll the d6s on that.
It'll be an extra.
Or is it just a multiplier? It's a multiplier.
Yeah. It should be ×4.
You did 5 damage. It doesn't matter. I mean, probably worth looking up at some point, but you kill it either way.
Yeah, I would do another.
Actually,
8
it does
damage.
matter for how much HP you get.
Yeah, so I would do 13 total.
Okay. 13 total. You gain 6 HP, and you run this pathetic creature through before it has a chance to act. But now you find yourself sort of in this forking, labyrinthine dungeon, surrounded by 3 of these grunge men.
But I will also make an offhand attack with my short sword.
Yeah, sure.
At the guy to the north, which is 22, including the penalty for offhand, and no back.
And do you have high strength?
I do. I have 15.
Okay.
No damage bonus.
You can do a d6 damage.
Yeah.
6.
Does that drop it?
Nice. No, it doesn't quite kill him, but he's looking. You run him through with your sword.
Cool. Then I will happily take the attack of opportunity and back. If that's
there's
possible.
no attack of opportunity. Into this room. I thought you were backing into my trap again.
No, I do want to. That's the objective, is to back.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll a dex check again.
Okay, I can't. Okay, I will try and duck under the chains and everything. With a 22.
Okay, so you withdraw sort of through the through the fish hooks.
Through the fish hooks, putting them between the enemy and me.
Mm-hmm. And we need to roll for initiative.
Okay. It's really loud. There we go.
What? It's really muffled and weird for me. Is Discord toned down the audio quality maybe?
It might. That should actually be a
I'm actually really... I need to
3 total.
restart or something.
The quality's bad for you?
No, I'm just noticing my camera lag on top of all the other things. It's fine. We'll get through this combat or whatever.
Okay.
1 on your initiative.
It should be 3 total, or 4 total because of the short sword speed is 3. I just keep forgetting to add my modifier.
All right, so you're still going, quick on your feet, but these creatures certainly notice you now. They begin hissing and gathering and sort of encircling in your direction.
I will ready my attacks for the first creature to close with me. So I'll hold my position and ready my attacks.
Okay. The 3 of them sort of crowd into the hallway on the other side of the line trap, and they just sort of crouch and prowl and snarl and think ready attacks of their own. This one back here sort of scampers away and into that room. Would you like to take your turn, or do we want to skip to another round?
They're not pursuing through the trap?
Not immediately. Not in this round. So right now they're sort of redding and hissing, and it's like a standoff kind of thing, like staring you down this hallway.
So I like the idea of having them have to walk through the trap to get to me. And I like being able to fight them while they're in and amongst the wires of the trap. But I kind of want to get around that corner because I'm afraid. And I like having... I mean, who knows what's down this thing, right? Maybe there's something with a breath weapon. So I kind of want to be around the corner to avoid the breath weapon. Where is the trap exactly? Is it like in the middle of this square or at the... Where's the trap sitting?
The trap, it's sort of, it's mostly like the entrance to this, so I can draw. I'll go ahead and draw now. Color do I like? So it's mostly like that, the entrance there.
Perfect. Then I'm just going to step...
There's maybe like, they're like stuck to the ceiling all over that little area.
Right,
there.
so I'm going to come, so I'm just around the corner, and I'll keep my attacks ready. That way, hopefully, something further back here won't have line of sight on me, but I'll still be able to engage things while they're standing in the traps. Whoa. Is this actually a 10-foot wide hallway?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Then that's what I'll do, and I'll keep my attacks ready.
Okay. I guess we don't need to roll initiative, so let's tick away a couple of rounds, I think. Unless you want to say or do or change your readied actions.
Nope. I'm just holding my actions.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception check, 27.
All right. You hear a echoing sound down the hallway. I don't know. I don't know what we have on the soundboard. A chortling hiss. Yeah, but deeper than that, and maybe some commotion. Things are moving sort of outside of your line of sight, but
well, I'm gonna have
another round ticks by.
Really? So I'm standing here for a few. I'm gonna.
You've been standing here for I think a minute at this point, maybe.
All right, I will just turn and look down this hallway towards these things, and I see something else.
Yeah, you see. Yeah.
What do I see, Ryan?
You see what you see.
It's really shadowy. I can't make any details.
Well, yeah,
out.
I mean, you're in a sewer with no light except for your elven eyes. Yeah, and that you see shapes in the darkness. A towering, serpentine body.
It's disgusting.
Hissing in the darkness and actually sort of gesturing in your direction. If a grungy snake man could do such things.
I'm gonna Oh, I was gonna make
take
action.
Well, yeah. Do you want to declare actions and take a break?
Yeah. I will sheath my short sword for a moment, or I guess just rest it, lay it on the ground or whatever. I don't think I have a sheath for it. Pull out that hand axe and hurl it towards this thing in the back.
Okay, it's not a hand axe, it's a full-on axe, but I'll let you do that. Why don't you make that roll before we go to break?
Sure.
I do you're
not
gonna be
have
getting
proficiency.
You're gonna get a non-proficient bonus. I don't even know if you could huck it this far, but we're gonna see what happens.
So non-proficiency is
minus 3, I think?
Minus 3? Okay, cool.
I think it's minus 3 for...
yeah, I honestly don't remember.
It's more or less an improvised weapon. So you like... I don't know, did you go underhand or overhand?
Oh, I definitely try and overhand it. Mm-hmm. And it just, like, hits the ceiling and tumbles onto the ground, gets tangled in the wires.
Yeah, you don't account for the 8-foot ceiling as you like overhand it, you let go, it like hits the ceiling, ricochets down, gets snagged on a fishing line, whirls around, so it lands on the ground, clattering.
All right.
Somewhere in this vicinity. In the darkness, beasts hiss and chortle at your expense. And we go to our second break.
See you on the other
side.